What's up guys, my name is George Brooks and I'm one of the founders here at Crema. On today's video, we want to talk just a little bit about this thing that you've probably seen on previous videos, but this activity that we call Venture Lab. So to give you a little bit of background on Venture Lab was out of a desire for us to have a creative space to experiment. Several years ago, we were a much smaller team and we were still doing client work. We were designing and building and product managing apps for companies all over the world, and we loved doing that work. But we were also watching a lot of our friends build apps and build companies and start things. And we got a little, not jealous, but we really wanted to also be part of that creative process. And we got to make something for ourselves. And we also wanted to experiment with some new technologies and new frameworks and new systems that really we couldn't take that risk on our clients. So what we did was we actually created what was like a startup weekend, which is a weekend activity of trying to launch a company in a weekend. We created a startup weekend, but a whole week. So what we ended up doing is we dialed down the entire company, we shut the entire thing off, and we tried to build an app in a week. And crazy enough, we did. It was called Plaster, and Plaster was a really cool tool for us to use for our test engineering and QA. And that was fun, but then we had to get back to work, and then we forgot about doing another, what do we call it at the time, innovation lab. A little bit of time passed, and we thought we need to bring this back in, and we need to make it more of a routine. Build a habit, build a discipline that allows us to do this kind of innovative work, this type of creative work, as frequently as we possibly can, given that most of our revenue is made off of servicing other companies. We created a thing called Lab Fridays or Venture Lab Fridays. And what it is every other Friday we dial down all client work, most client work, and we create a space where we get to innovate, where we get to create, where we get to experiment. And we get to try things that maybe, again, aren't best to be tried on clients. Instead, we'll try that on ourselves. Out of Lab Fridays, we were able to start using things like React, which of course has taken over the world from a JavaScript standpoint. We started using new tools like Sketch. We were able to build little solutions that helped us to do our daily work better. What we were surprised by is actually that our clients loved seeing what we were creating, and they kind of joined in cheerleading us in this time. Because when we came back on Monday, after that every other Friday, we were more creative, more excited, and ready to serve them even better. So at the beginning of 2019, our team had grown quite a bit. We were almost up to 40 people, which still blows my mind. And we had a few people came to us and said, I understand we're running experiments, I understand we're trying new things, but we want to create real products. They said, could we do a pitch day where we can pitch ideas and then form teams and actually take this every other Friday, this Lab Friday, and try to build real products? But what was amazing is they actually wrapped this proposal just completely in Crema values. And of course, we're going to say yes to that. So we did a pitch day, and we actually narrowed down to 4 or 5 companies at the time. One of the requirements was that they formed a team, and so they formed teams. And they were cross-discipline teams, like we've talked about before on our channel. They were cross-discipline teams that were really aiming to create products in a short period of time. But you only get to work on it every other Friday, so you had to kind of decide how are you going to squeeze down to that minimum viable product, that lean solution that actually gets out to the market. In the first year, they were able to create products that they could release to beta. And then in the second year, they've actually been getting those products out to real users and growing real platforms. Over the next couple of videos, we're actually going to laser focus into telling you the story about one of those products. It's a simple product called Vera. And Vera has really taken off and it's become a life of its own, and we're really excited to share it with you. Now, there are more products than just Vera in the Venture Lab teams. And every day, actually, in just a few minutes, I'll jump on a demo at the end of this day, this Lab Friday, and I'll get an update about what's been done within that day. So not only did we kick off this morning with a quick regroup saying, hey guys, what are we going to try to do today? But then by the end of the day, we had a demo to show what did you accomplish in the day. And there's a lot of celebration, a lot of encouragement, and a lot of innovation happening in a short amount of time. I'm excited to show you this journey as we unpack one of these products, but I still recommend that you go check out all of our products. So right now we've been working on a few that actually are live. Vera is in the App Store and you can go check it out so that you can follow us along as we unpack that story with you. But also check out Scorebot. If you use Slack, then you should use Scorebot. It's a great way to gamify your office and make your culture even better. Also, you should check out CupCup. CupCup is coming live to the App Store, and it's going to be a solution that allows you to track and learn more about the coffees that you're drinking every single day. Super excited about that one. And then as of this year, at the beginning of 2020, we launched a new product that will go through its first year while the other products are going through their second year. We don't have a name for that one yet, so I won't share quite yet, but you're gonna love it. It's a great way for you to collect inspirational quotes and get prepared for your talks or your speeches, and there's more there. Why do we do Venture Lab? Venture Lab is a rhythm, it's a discipline, it is a habit that we've created that says we're not gonna be content with just doing the work that we do day in and day out, but instead we are gonna work to innovate, to create, and actually move ourselves forward into what's next for Crema. And if you haven't been paying attention, there's a lot going on in the world right now. And it may seem like everything is falling apart. But what I have seen, no matter how bad things can get, that truly it's when things get really hard, is when those constraints force us to get really creative. And just like on Lab Fridays, every other Friday only having one day to do a lot of work, I believe that during these tough times, we're gonna see people stepping up and getting really creative and coming up with incredibly innovative solutions. So I want to encourage you, even though you may feel like you need to buckle down and just do more work, I want to encourage you to take a space where you can step back, create something new, put it out in the world, and test it to see if that might be a direction you can go to innovate yourself, your team, or your company. So more to come on Venture Lab, on Vera, and the story behind Vera, and from all of our other Venture Lab teams. We're so excited to share this story with you and these stories about how we're trying to innovate even in the world that we live in now, right? As always, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Give us a big like. Just smash that like button if you're watching it on YouTube. If you're not watching it on YouTube, make sure that you give us a heart or an encouragement or a comment, anything you can do to show us that you're loving our content and that you want to be along this journey with us. It is such a pleasure to create these videos for you, and we want to keep doing that. So make sure that you also share these videos with your coworkers, with your peers, and with your bosses. Until next time, thanks for watching.